Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Quiver podcast. Today, I am joined by Vic
Hello.
and Willie. Yun. Willie's quite upset today because EJ Goliana
Kulang
missed
tayo
his
one point.
second free throw. Yeah,
Kulang tayo 1 point, G. Kulang.
Panira ka talaga,
Nice
EJ.
na eh. Nice
EJ
na.
ka.
yeah. So
EJ,
We were this close to greatness.
EJ, 69 is the key.
69 is
69 is the
it is the key actually.
69. It is the key.
So Willie's a little bit upset.
69.
So what's your hot
We were
take?
sad. We were sad that EJ missed the... Big deal siya sa amin, EJ. So, next time, pag pa 69, make sure you make the basket.
Yeah. So diretsuhan muna tayo dito. Willie, hot take mo on why he missed that free throw.
Ayoko. Gusto ko pa manood ng games. baka barred na ako sa venues niya.
Bakit? Ano yun?
Baka pare, baka maging fortune teller ka. Just be careful, okay? So,
Yes.
okay.
Alam mo naman yung crowd natin, basta makahanap ng something to explain. To
maging
reinforce ang
fortune
mga-
cookie ka na lang, Willie. Fortune cookie kaysa maging fortune teller ka.
Yeah, that's exactly what.
Nakita ko na kung ano mangyayari kay Brian eh. Mabansagan pa akong fortune teller eh.
Which is why Brian's not in this show tonight. Okay.
Medyo nag-ano siya. He's trying to enhance his fortune telling skills. So,
Yeah.
kaya he took a rest for tonight.
May workshop siya sa Quiapo ngayon.
Kaya po talaga eh, no? Hindi mo lang binondo, no? Para medyo credible sa mga Chinese.
All right. So, tonight's topic of conversation, of course, is the LaSalle FEU game, which we won 68-62. And we'll deep dive a little bit about this later on. But this is obviously the fourth game of the season. We're now 4-1, and for this game, maybe specifically for this game, let's split it into basically a tale of two halves, right? And let's start with the first half. Vic, what were your thoughts on the first half?
I think we had more control of the game in the first half. No? I think our game this season so far in 5 games, ang team talaga natin is force turnovers, play good defense, run on the other end, get easy basket. So yun yung natin. Yun yung ako from my own observation yun yung team. Yun yung tema ng style, how we play, how we're winning games so far in 5 games that we have played already sa elimination round. So that's what we're doing no first half. Yun nga na everything was under control. Wala tayong we are stopping FEU and we're forcing turnovers, and then kung ano yung style talaga natin, kung ano yung typical game that we're playing, we were in cruise control. Ako para sa akin, we were in cruise control no first half. So far so good. At halftime I was expecting, I'll be honest, I was expecting na ipapad pa natin yung lead pagpasok ng second half. But it was a different story pagdating ng second half na.
Okay, Willie. Now let's talk through what happened in the second half. Maybe let's start with the third quarter. So let's go third, fourth, then just some of our thoughts that we discussed right before this episode started on some of the things that are plaguing the Archers. Third quarter, Willie. What happened there?
I think it's me. I'm not sure, pero I think it's what our bad habits from the previous games and how we've been playing this season came back to bite us in the ass again. The Archers were playing a bit careless with the ball. We've had some bad turnovers, and we've also I think yung the bad things that we did last game with UE, na we allowed FU to gain some confidence in their scoring nung third quarter. Biglang makita mo talaga the momentum was shifting towards the end of the third eh. Nabuhayan yung crowd ng FEU nun. And when they were making shots, even well defended shots, they were making it. So talagang laking booster dun sa kanila from what I've seen eh. And yun nga, they were able to capitalize din on yung mga turnovers natin. Some were from Kevin, some were from Mike and from Henry. I think from what I remember, those were most of our turnovers came from from a combination of the three at the time.
Okay, yeah. So you did hit it on the right. You hit the nail right on the head there on what happened in the third quarter, and we essentially erased our lead. And coming into the fourth quarter now, Vic, adversity na erase yung lead na naman against a tough FEU team, and then what can you say about the fourth quarter, Vic? Like, did we turn it around? Ano yung pakiramdam mo while it was happening?
Hindi. Ano naman eh. Hindi naman wala ako na we can pull off the win eh. Even against UE nung Sunday, personally, I think, hindi siya yung, hindi mo iisipin na we will lose the game para sa akin. Kasi you know that we have certain players that can really make plays and deliver the win for you pagka nagpipit-pitan eh. And para sa akin, at this point ng first round siguro to, no, at the very least first round, okay sa akin na may mga ganyang games kasi it will really test you, it will really show the true character ng team natin sa mga ganyang klaseng laro, regardless if your opponent is a perceived strong one or the weaker ones, no? So sa akin okay siya, na banggit ko nga sa inyo sa group chat kanina. Sa akin kasi 'di ba, we are nag-start na tayo mag-talk about close game na naman, ito na naman tayo, but like for me, sa akin okay lang kahit if it's a 1-point win, ako kukunin ko yan eh. Kasi at this point of the season, okay na, it's always important to pick at the right time, just like what happened to us last season and dun sa ibang seasons na nag-champion tayo sa men's basketball. It's always important, laging nandun yung factor ng picking at the right time. So let's see, dahan-dahan tignan natin. We still have 2 more games sa elimination round, and then let's see sa second round how we progress. So yun, overall naman hindi ako natakot that we will lose the game. I'm just waiting for that kasi sa lalim ng bench natin, I'm sure there's someone eager to step up and lead the team kasi binanggit na rin naman yan sa mga interviews ng team na Coach Topex is emphasizing na everyone should be leaders, hindi pwedeng aasa ka lang kay Kevin, 'di ba? Parang ako nag-aantay lang talaga ako kung sino yung puputok diyan sa mga huhugutin sa bench ni Coach Topex eh. So, and then we had I think 67-60 nga ba? Tama ba? Was that the parang biggest?
I think that was the spread.
Yeah. You're right.
When we had that parang towards the last 2 minutes, medyo mararamdaman mo na we will get over there. So when that happened, 'di ba? Parang yun na. Parang it's just a matter of time.
Okay, yeah, that's thanks for that, Vic. And yeah, totally agree with you on that matter about us adjusting. And we go back to also to last season's performance, where in the first round, actually prior to the UE game, ma-turnover din tayo as a team eh. And then we tightened it up in the second round, and then that's when our winning streak started. And I want to dive it. I want to deep dive into this entire turnover situation, Vic, and it's obviously something we were discussing. Because our third quarter was marred with so many turnovers, and you came out with some key statistics during our discussion earlier. Maybe you can share that with the audience and how you think that the Archers can adjust moving forward.
I think sa atin kasi ang key stat sa akin yung key stat that we were talking about sa 5 games natin, it's always been turnovers and turnover points. Like for example, nung UE game no Sunday, everyone was talking about UE click sa perimeter kaya sila nanalo eh. If you take a look at the stats, UE beat us sa perimeter pero it was canceled out by our paint points. So saan ka ngayon titingin? Dun na sa turnover points. Dun nagkatalo eh. We are giving so much. We are committing high turnovers. We're giving high turnover points to our opponents, which eventually yun yung magiging, ano bang tamang term? Yun yung magiging doom natin sa isang game. Bakit tayo matatalo? Yun yung reason why we're going to lose game. So ako tingin ko yun yung important thing na we need to cut down on. I know that we're playing on a high pace na laro, but we still have to be high pace pero better control. There are instances na even sa fast break we are still kumbaga nakaka-stop tayo, nakaka-force tayo ng turnovers on the defensive end, pero pagdating sa fast break yung bola tinatapon din natin, so it doesn't help kasi eventually may certain instances pa na yun nga, we're getting stops, we're getting deflections, pero eventually hindi rin natin masasecure yung bola, makukuha din ng kalaban, and then our opponents will finish on the other end. On this game against FEU kanina, I think there are instances where hindi lang, sorry, I will use a football term, hindi lang clinical si FEU to finish those fast breaks. May mga fast breaks sila kanina na 3-on-1, they are muffing those fast break attempts. So in a way yun yung ano natin, kasi if we're facing teams na medyo pulido tumapos ng fast breaks, transition baskets, yun medyo magkakaproblema tayo. So far we're dead last in the league in giving I mean parang tayo yung worst in giving turnover points. I think we are giving 16 turnover points per game sa kalaban natin, and that's high. That's really high for a tournament like this in the UAAP, and we are currently averaging 19 something or almost 20 turnovers per game, which is also high kasi kung titingnan mo dapat mga nasa less than 10 ka lang eh. Yun ang aim mo dapat eh, less than 10 turnovers ka lang per game. So I think that's the key stat that we need to look at if we want to win the back-to-back this season. Doon tayo mag-start magtrabaho.
Willie brought up a great point earlier that is this turnovers like a function of the style of play we want. Like for instance, Kevin has all these great passes, and it's either like, oh, can I just say that his pass to Gonzalez to Raven was like superb talaga, as in yung ganun talaga worth it. But also at the same time, right? Like he's committing a lot of turnovers. And is that something that is acceptable? Kasi like, kunwari, personally, I'm more worried about the turnovers our bigs are having, because part of our play is to put it in the post. And pagdating sa post, doon tayo nadadali. But how about you, Vic? Like, what are your thoughts on that?
I think on that instance, hindi ko masisi si Kevin kasi yung bola talaga nasa kanya. And I think it will all boil down to yun nga na apart from Joshua David, we don't have that much point guard depth din eh. Nagba-back up na sa kanya si Ramiro. So we are still, syempre, hindi naman natin, I mean, he's good, pero hindi natin maaasahan since, alam mo yun, iba pa rin yung, iba pa rin yung nangangapa sa level of, level of competition dito sa Philippines. So, kaya yun talaga. Most of the time, ang bola na kay Kevin. So, expect mo talaga na siya yung mag-lead ng team sa turnovers. So, pero yun lang siguro, hindi ko alam if hindi sila nagkakaamuyan, if Kevin is just forcing things through since he need to do playmaking. Pero may tiwala naman ako kay Kevin na he will be able to balance it out as the season progresses. There's still instances na ako I feel that pwede na niya itira pero he still opts to pass it na may point na yung big is already preparing for a rebound pero biglang may pasa pala na dadating. So I think those things can be worked on sa training. Sa training naman pwede ma-enhance 'yun eh para magkaamuyan kayong teammates. So ayun, so hindi kagulat-gulat talaga kasi yun nga na we were talking about this even before pa na talagang favorite ni Kevin is yung mga big to big passing eh. Yun yung talagang hinahanap niya eh. 'Di ba? Yun yung I think we can call it yun yung favorite ni Kevin eh more than passing it to the guards and wing on the perimeter. He loves to look at interior passing first for his assists. So yun yung doon baka kailangan lang nila talaga mas magkaamuyan pa. And well, yun nga kasi some may argue, well baka nga most will argue na ilang laro sila nung preseason eh. So dapat nagagawa na,
no?
'di ba? Baka sabihin ay nakailang preseason tournament sila eh. So dapat sanay na sila diyan. But ako I will say na iba pa rin ang UAAP, iba yung pag nasa bright lights ka na talaga eh. So the situation really changes kasi lahat, even the coaching tactics, lahat umaangat na pagdating ng ng UAAP. It doesn't get any easier. So ako pwede ko sabihin nag-a-adjust din yung defense talaga even if akala mo sa sarili mo familiar na, parang pagdating ng UAAP na everybody switches on, mag-a-adjust ka pa rin talaga eh. If you think na yung preseason is enough to get familiarized, especially for a person like Kevin who loves to pass and dish to his teammates. For sure mag-iiba yan eh. So throughout the season may adjustments pa rin na mangyayari. So let's see. We still have 10 more games to go sa elimination round. So I hope mas magkaamuyan pa ng maayos yung mga big, which is Henry, Michael and Kevin.
Okay. So bali parang Vic, yun to summarize lang eh no na para sa mga iba na let's kind of like compare it no. Let's say the preseason is like your typical NBA All-Star game na makita mo it's like sobrang flashy na everyone's clicking, akala mo ang dali-dali pero when it comes to a playoff or a regular season game, of course everything is much tighter, the tolerances are much tighter, hindi mo na talaga, you can't afford to play fast and loose as sa mga ganung mga settings, which is why when we see even if si Kevin wants to play that way, baka the situation of the game doesn't allow him to play like that. Kaya talagang makita mo, akala mo na hindi sila familiar, pero it's just given the situation eh, no?
And it's Kevin's na ba? Third year in the league. So more or less talagang na rin siya eh, pinag-aaralan. I mean, coaching in the UAAP is no joke. De calibre yung mga coaching, especially at this day and age. I mean, you get all these brilliant tacticians on opposing teams as well. So it doesn't get any easier. Kevin is on his third year in the league now, so talagang mas mas pinag-aaralan din ng mga kalaban
Mas basa na rin siya.
how to minimize his contributions, as hindi naman to secret na siya yung focal point of offense naman natin talaga.
Yeah, and you bring up a very good point there as well, Vic, nga na, diba? Like, Ateneo, the game against Ateneo, for instance, like, completely, their entire game plan was around stopping Kevin Kiambao. And UE tried to do the same thing. It was a little bit more difficult as well today, but still double. In fact, I think 3 assists away from a triple double, and it talks about his greatness, right? But getting to that next level, which I think nagsisimmer na sa kanya eh. Like he's trying to facilitate, he's trying to get his team across the finish line as a whole team. Pero when the time comes when he has to take over, and we might have to see that against a UST or a UP. And we saw that against the UE nung we were down with a few points left, diba? That's part of his maturing process as well. And speaking of maturing process, congratulations to Mr. Kevin Kiambao, future father, diba? I mean, it's posted everywhere, so I'm sure that's like, I don't think that's news.
Puyat na siya. Puyat na si baby. Puyat na si daddy, kakabantay kay baby.
So,
hindi makatira eh.
Yan. Maybe just before we end this episode, do we have a Derechuan hot take today sponsored by Blue Fire? Oh, if you guys don't have one, do you guys have one?
Do you have Baji? Ako parang hindi ko maanong hot take eh. Kasi I'd like to say hot take sana about our turnovers, pero I really do think mag-a-adjust tayo as the season progresses. So I don't wanna put it out as hot take just yet. Kasi although sa isang banda, I don't think our playing style will change. Our identity will be like that. Ako yun ang tingin ko. Yan na yung identity natin hanggang matapos ang tournament na to, kung saan man tayo dadalhin. Na we will play fast. We will put the tempo up by putting pressure on the defensive side of the ball, and hoping na we can get transition baskets more than the half-court sets. So, yun lang talagang natin na hopefully ma-iron out yung half-court sets natin. Pero yun lang, hindi ko pa masabi kung hot take siya. Ikaw ba?
I mean, that could be the hot take, right? Like, the way we are playing today is the way we are supposed to play. And that is the way it is envisioned. And to your point, what you said earlier nga, Vic, even if we won by 1, that would be enough eh. I mean, a win is a win. And that's maybe the hot take, is that something that the community has to accept for now, as we try to get to the place that we want to go, which is a championship. And I would much rather go through these, I don't want to call it birth pains, but that's probably the best way to describe it. I would rather go through these birthing pains at the start right now, and something we say over and over again, rather than towards the end of the season. And siguro that's... Go ahead.
I think really birth pain in the sense na yun nga, coming into this season, yun naman talaga yung natin eh. How are we going to play with the lack of point guard depth that we have, di ba? With yung sort of playmaking, kasi last year we still have Evan that can do the playmaking chores eh, along with Kevin. So I think the difference this time around really is who will do the other playmaking chores apart from Kevin. So I think ito yung birth pains na yun eh. Kasi sabi ko nga, pagdating mo ng UAAP, everything goes, yung level talagang 2, 3, 4 times umaangat lahat eh. So you need to adjust what the opposing teams are tawag dito, giving you as far as kung anong klaseng materyales ang meron ka. So, yun siya. Yun yung ano doon. Kasi yun nga, tama ka. I've been going through SOCMED after the game, no. So ang common na nakikita ko talaga na this should have been an easy win. Yun yung common team eh. Kasi actually binanggit ko rin kanina, since at the half we're up comfortably, na for a casual fan iisipin mo na lalayo tayo come second half, but it didn't happen, and FEU made things interesting, as well as tayo with our usual habit of turning the ball over and giving turnover points to our opponents. Yung ano pagpasok ng September UAAP season, pati yung men's basketball team natin Christmas mode eh. we are in the gift of giving so far in the tournament. Kasi namimigay tayo ng turnover points eh. So yun yung ano natin, ayun, so tama ka, yun yung parang bakit close? Bakit close game? Dapat tinatambakan natin 'yan. So yun yung, pero kung titignan mo, 'di ba? I think FU is not it's not a pushover team.
Absolutely.
They're 0-5, pero I don't think that record reflects how hard they play on those 5 games under Coach Sean Chambers. Ano sila on all those 5 losses, kung even in the UP game, alam mong natambakan din sila eventually, pero you see how hard those yung wards ni Coach Sean, they really fight it out. So it's not a relatively easy game din kung titignan mo, kasi FEU won't just lie down and roll over and give us the win that easily. Kumbaga, kailangan din natin trabahuin siya. So, 'di ba? Kaya sabi ko, sa akin, I don't care how many points, for as long as we get that win. It's still a +1 in the win column, and wins itong men's basketball season habang tumatagal to. You should cherish every win, because lahat ng teams competitive eh. Kahit sabihin mong it's clear na may teams na malalakas, like sige, sabihin na nating UP and LaSalle, angat yung lineup. But I don't agree that all the 6 other teams will just hihiga and ibibigay yung panalo sa UP and LaSalle. I mean, those everyone has to work to get those wins, and you should cherish every win that you get. So, close game, tambak, it's still 1 win, and you move on to the next game.
You bring up a very good...
Talaga kasi,
Go ahead,
I think
Bailey.
talaga kasi it's always being compared to how UP is playing. Like recently, they've been on a tear, really destroying teams left and right. And I think it's for the casual fans, or for just the everyday fan, I think it's a valid point na
Yeah,
you're comparing the 2 finalists, and it's like they're playing on 2 different levels. You see one destroying everyone, you see one scrapping it through. Parang we get one half where we destroy opponents, and in the second half we're fighting for our lives. Pero I think I agree then na I still agree that as long as we eke out a win, it's still a win. And I think for me it's even more impressive that even if we lose our our leads, but we still find ways to win even after making a lot of mistakes, giving a lot of gifts to yung mga teams natin. I think how we continue to find out ways to win is still very impressive din naman. It also shows how we're not just lying down and dying din naman when our opponent comes fighting back. So I guess that's what I would like to tell the LaSalle community. It's okay to compare, pero how our team plays is completely different from how UP plays, and as long as we win, that's what matters naman diba?
All right. So you guys bring up a lot of really good points right here, and I think I just want to end this by saying that we lost to very good point guards from our team last year. We lost Evan, who was absolutely fantastic, and of course we lost Mark Nonoy as well. And this is the time that our team has to like get in together and figure it out, and maybe for the entire community lower expectations na sige first round, let's eke out those wins, and then yun nga, maybe the disparity and the difficulty of the UAP is not as wide as we thought. Maybe we thought that ang layo ng UP and Lasal from everyone else, but in reality mas malapit, and that's evident at least in the first few games. And teams are playing harder against us as well, and we also need to be able to come in and match that intensity. Um, moving forward, we have the game against UST this Sunday at 4:30 at Araneta Coliseum, and the big one, UP, the following Sunday in the Mall of Asia Arena. So, um, best case scenario, we ended the first round 6-1. Worst case, we go down at 4-3, and at the end of the day, we'll support our team and we'll work very hard to make sure that uh, we be in the best position possible. So, thank you for listening to The Quiver. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our pages. Brian will be back for his fans. Dumadaming fans ni Brian. Don't worry, he will be back.
Sobrang init kasi nung ano niya eh.
Sobrang init
nung...
kasi. Feeling ko talaga, kung kakausapin siya ng mga crowd, feeling ko lulutuin siya eh.
I also wanna like I don't know if our viewers have noticed this, but yung hot takes namin di naman yan pre-planned eh. Tingnan mo, today medyo nag-struggle kami sa hot take namin, and hindi rin yun planned eh. Like Brian just said it, and medyo parang kaming lahat parang teka lang. so
No.
so it's organic, and I hope the community appreciates how organic our thoughts are when it comes to this team. So thank you for listening to The Quiver. And as we always say, Animo.
Lasal!
Animal Lasal.
All right. Thank you.